She would know, right?
It's not you,
What?
is it?
Why doesn't anybody recognize me?
Snake? Hey, what gives? I had no idea. I thought the
Analysis
inspection
complete.
was real. I swear it. If anyone's to blame, it's you, Snake. We should never
Me?
have had that nuke.
What is this? What? Are you... What? What in the hell? Oh, it's this guy again. Oh, man. Was that the thing that was holding me? Oh, shit. Oh, of course. Now's when I overheat. What? I wasn't even shooting. Thank goodness. Yep, look at him. He's just sitting down, hanging out in the Seychelles. Room 101, level 1, warehouse 1, command platform. Okay, so he's in the command platform. Yep. Just playing with water. And it's not like Ocelot likes to torture people or anything.
Why do you suspect me? What did I do? I'm on your
You're like the most
side.
suspicious guy, Huey.
What about him?
Yeah, what about him?
Miller was
Oh,
in
I saw a picture of
contact with
Strangelove.
Cypher 9 years ago. He was working with them.
He
He's
was.
the traitor, Snake. What's that? More truth serum?
No. Stronger truths.
Oh, please. Please.
What does that
keep
stuff
me
do?
here. I need protection.
I mean, it's not real, right?
Ah! Ah! Oh. Oh. Oh.
What is that thing?
You're the odd one out.
Is it a tape player?
Why me?
We all lost something.
What?
Except you.
Oh, you plug back in his legs. Oh my goodness. Is he gonna break his leg? Oh jeez. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, I don't want to hear the crack. Stop. Oh my goodness. Oh, these guys are mean. I don't like this at all. This isn't the happy reunion I wanted.
Truth serum isn't working.
Or maybe he's telling the
Some
truth.
procedure he had done boosted his metabolic enzymes. Or he's undergone special gene therapy.
Gene therapy. Remember that. They didn't do it.
6 hours ago.
Christ, 6 hours of torture.
Clear inspection 9 years ago was a ruse. Cypher forced me to do that research. after
What's he
the
talking
attack.
about?
Do you think he had a hand in it?
Oh my gosh, his leg is still stuck straight out.
There's no proof yet. Take a listen to this later.
Yeah, I listen to all the tapes.
We need
That'll be part of this episode.
judgment. Keep an eye on him. And don't tell anyone he's here.
Yeah.
We'll have him continue his research in there.
Oh, that's mean.
It's for his own good. The older guys will want his head. We can't guarantee
You want his
safety
head.
if we let him out.
Boss.
He mentioned something interesting. The reason why they pulled their plug on the operation in Afghanistan. He said their funding started going to Central Africa instead. Cypher
Well, what's
is
there?
pursuing new research in Africa.
Cypher.
What research?
Emmerich doesn't know the details, but one thing he said does make sense.
This Metal Gear
Some
research,
Africa
probably.
alone isn't enough to cause an RMA. He claims that what they're doing in Africa is the missing
I don't know what an
piece,
RMA is.
a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
There is no weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Meaning it's not just another nuke.
Huh. We might have to go to Africa. Laughing Armaments. Puve Armament. It's a gear. Especial. Pirate Capybara. Yeah, man.
Some of them survived that hell we went through.
Yeah, some of them have pictures too.
Boss is back and they wanted in. They're good
Cool.
men, our brothers in fate. They'll be glad to know you've seen them here.
Yeah, I'm happy to have them along. Night tree, night tree frog. It's a complicated. Bitter centipede. I like that. Roaring capybara. Ooh, a gunsmith, and he speaks Tajik. Goblin hound. That's pretty sweet too. Rancid raptor. Gross. Sinister hippo. That's funny. Cannibal hog. Glacier harrier. I like that. Frigid gibbon. Frantic gator. That's pretty good. That's David. He's a frantic gator. Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Okay.
Boss, there's no doubt about it. Cypher's working on something in Central Africa.
Yeah.
There's evidence they've been in contact with private forces operating in the region. We follow that evidence. We should learn what Cypher is after. Diamond Dogs has gotten a lot bigger. Now's the time to take the offensive.
Sure.
Head back to the ACC for your next mission.
I got some stuff to do around here first. First, I'm gonna hunt around. It was like in a subdeck or something, right? A subdeck up here. But I don't know where those are. Bump this guy for the morale boost. I haven't seen any doors like the one that we usually go through for pause here that actually have like red or green or blue lights or whatever. So I'm not sure where he is. Oh, another poster. These guys who love their animes. Like my Japanese animes. Well, I guess you don't know that game yet. You will. Oh, you will. Let me try climbing up to the top. Maybe it's like I was happy to use a little distractor arm. That was the first time I've used it. And maybe it's up like by the boss. Up by the... Oh, cool. Ooh, is that it? No, that's my power. And a mortar. I don't know what the... Blueprint? Oh. Emblem part. Hooray. I need to get back over to that platform. How do I get up there? I don't think I'd do it from here is the problem. Let me get back to that center platform and climb up that. I mean, it's just a guess for where Emmerich is being held, but it's the best guess I have. So there's the power. Where's the stairs to go higher? I know I can get up there because I've done it before. There it is. So obnoxious. Right. Nothing doing. Oh. That is actually a door. So nothing doing there. Ooh. Phone recovery device, soldier. This one's gonna be a pop-pop. Two? Nope, it just is nothing. We got nothing there either. Wait. Oh, that's just the sound of like something turning. Great. Doing a little catch and fall, or catch and grab. Unless it's like a sub deck, like Quiet's. But I don't know how I'm gonna find that. Like, that's impossible. And these layouts are so obtuse. I'll look into it. Look into it another day. Let's search some tapes. Oh my gosh, I have 10 tapes. Questioning Huey, Africa Today. Let's do this while I look at stuff.
Cypher. Back in the Caribbean, every eye in the world was turned on us. A private army, just a bunch of guys with guns, in possession of a nuke. Why wouldn't they be uncomfortable?
And that's
Yeah.
why you made sure the inspection happened.
Well, I thought our best move was to prove to the UN through the IAEA that we had no nuke. Of course, I was against us having it in the first place, but that was Snake's decision.
The boss
It
wasn't
was.
responsible.
Well, don't get me wrong, I still believed in Snake. I thought I was making the best decision for all of us, that's all. I figured we could get a third party to exonerate us before proof of the nuke did get out. And who better to do that than an organization with international authority?
So the truth is, you took it upon yourself to agree to an inspection arranged by the UN. Only the inspection was a ruse, and Cypher Strike Force XOF
Right,
showed
that's a
up
good summary.
instead.
I had no idea that would happen.
Enough bullshit!
Oh, sure, like I could have known. You know, I was just trying to prove our innocence to the world. What's wrong with that?
We're not interested in the excuses you thought up. The truth is objective.
Just see it from my point of view.
I mean, I
You
see
led
it.
XOF to the control tower. They seized it, giving them complete control over the base. Moments later, they detonated C4 on the strut legs. Anyone who'd managed to survive was hunted down by the assault force and their choppers.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
good.
did that on purpose.
That was the end of Mother Base. But it wasn't the end for you.
How can you... Look, think about it. I lost something too. I built Zeke and it got buried underwater. I am
Well-
a victim.
That raises the big questions. Why were you the only one spared? You got away without a scratch. Why
Yeah.
did Strangelove leave the base on the eve of the inspection? You two were close.
Strange love?
And how did you manage to build something that surpasses Zeke in every way? Because you did everything they told you. You're the only one who didn't lose a thing. That is the truth.
I was taken away against my will. Skullface forced me to do his research these past 9 years. He used me. I lost 9 years.
9 years. We all lost 9 years.
Yeah, I did
Just
too.
you.
I suppose blaming me makes you feel better, does it? But who's gonna give me back all the time I lost?
You're not getting anything back. You're not
Yikes.
a victim here, Emmerich. You're the perpetrator.
I didn't know anything.
Nobody can back that up. Yeah. All the
He's holding
evidence
firm on that though.
is at the bottom of the ocean. You know the hardest man to break. The type who's fooling himself. That takes time.
I think that's what's happening
Easier
here.
to live a convenient lie than a painful truth. Is that the piece you've chosen, Doc?
I'm not lying.
Of course. Just let me check one or two things. On that day, you were in the control tower with them. Lucky you. That's how you got out unscathed. And you escaped on one of their choppers. Only you, right before the base went under.
They had me
That's suspicious.
blindfolded the whole time. I've never been so scared. The whole flight, I thought they'd kill me. But thinking
Oh, what
of
a
you
baby.
kept me going. My comrades, all the way.
Ugh.
And there was a plane journey, and then we traveled by road. When they finally took off the blindfold, I was in kind of a warehouse, on the floor. Afghanistan, it was that research lab. I couldn't believe they'd taken
I don't
me
believe
halfway
any of
around
this.
the world. And soon enough, he came.
Skullface.
He's the one who's really behind that mother base attack. He forced me into that research.
What kind of research?
He told me to build a bipedal walking tank for the Soviet Union. Like Peace Walker. A system that could fire an ICBM-class nuclear weapon. That's
All
how
right,
the
yeah, that's what you did.
Sahelanthropus project got started.
Sahelanthropus.
Those AI weapons I'd made in Costa Rica were like toys by comparison. A whole world apart from reptilian four-legged crawling and that ridiculous hunched-over bipedal waddling. My design evolved to the dawn of mankind. Sahelanthropus, the first steps towards humanity. An upright bipedal weapon system.
You shouldn't be so proud of that.
Sahelanthropus was going to be a manned weapons platform. I designed a cockpit in its head, and I planned to fill it with water as a buffering agent.
Like how Paz modified Zeke for human control.
Don't compare me to some amateur. I designed it for human control from the beginning. The problem was miniaturizing the posture control AI. You remember the reptile pod?
The AI that controlled your unmanned weapons.
Attacking
Yeah.
it externally makes it vulnerable. So this time I wanted it beneath the armor. Meaning I had to make the AI smaller. I got it down to less than a tenth the size without any loss in computation speed. But it was still too big for the cockpit. There wasn't enough room for the pilot. If I made the head
So what'd they
bigger,
have to do?
the body would have to be bigger to support it. Too big to be practical. In the end, human piloting was taken off the table. I tested a remote control system too, but there was the time lag and I wasn't satisfied with its precision either. Plus, it would be useless if the enemy jammed it. So next,
Okay.
I went back to trying an AI-only system. To do that, I had the AI pods recovered from Nicaragua.
Yeah, I remember those
This was a
guys.
hybrid AI, a combination of Peace Walker's reptile and mammal pods. The only AIs that had ever successfully operated an unmanned nuclear weapon system.
Really? You'd need some help to get that working. Expert help. Did you work with someone?
I worked alone.
You did that yourself?
It doesn't sound like it.
The AI didn't pan out in the end either. But I did finally get
Where's
Sahelanthropus
Strangelove?
walking by folding over its upper body to lower its center of gravity. The first upright bipedal locomotive weapon system in the history of mankind. I guess technically it falls into the anthropoid ape category.
I don't see the benefit of having it stand taller.
On terrain with significant differences in elevation like Afghanistan, you need a body that's vertically adaptable.
Why?
That also lets it attack from long range while using mountain ridges for cover.
Interesting.
So, making it walk upright was the most important factor in giving it superior height capability. As the name suggests, that was the whole point of Sahelanthropus. But I was being pushed for results. Having the AI mounted externally would have been the fastest way to get it working. I just needed more data so it could maintain its balance. But Skullface refused to wait. He dismissed the idea of AI control and took Sahelanthropus away from me before I could finish it.
But it
Uh-huh.
was walking when it came after you.
That's just
Yeah.
it. I don't understand how Skullface got it to move upright. Without a pilot or an AI. And walking at that speed, too. It's beyond anything I could have imagined. This is like the Wright brothers making it to the moon.
Yeah, that would be
I'm
pretty
just as
intense.
clueless as you are.
So this Sahelanthropus. Where is it now?
I have no idea. All my experiments took place at that cave.
Yeah, like
I've never
jumped
seen it
in.
anywhere else. Besides, it's still just an incomplete prototype at this point, and nothing but a paper tiger. Even if it can walk, it's far from being a viable weapons platform. It wouldn't be useful in actual battle.
Huh.
Emmerich will remain here at Mother Base for now.
It
But
almost
not as a member
kicked
of
my
Diamond
ass.
Dogs. I still don't trust him. That work for you?
Fine by me. He can't be allowed any contact with staff either.
Yeah. A lot of the guys would love some payback for 9 years ago.
Yeah, I
We
don't
still need him
doubt
alive.
that.
But we have to restrict his movements. He can only go where we tell him. And of course, the interrogations will continue. He worked for that skull
Poor guy.
bastard for nearly a decade. He still has more to tell us.
How long are we gonna press him?
If our investigation shows he really had nothing to do with the attack, we'll reconsider his place here. But I don't expect
I guess we
that
could
to
probably
happen.
use him on the R&D team.
Remember that water tank-shaped object in Emmerich's lab in the Soviet base camp? The thing
Yeah,
that
the
started
pod.
talking to you like a possessed answering machine. That was a pod built for housing the AI used to control unmanned weapons. You remember, back in '74 in Costa Rica. It was in those machines you fought there.
How could I forget?
They were designated
They hum.
pupa, chrysalis, cocoon, and basilisk.
And
Each
mammal.
of them was fitted with an AI unit called a reptile pod. Emmerich created it.
Oh, okay,
It
yeah.
mainly handled the machine's posture control and autonomous behavior. But the Basilisk, aka Peace Walker, also featured a second AI pod. That one was called the Mammal Pod, and it was created by Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah, I remember this.
Create the boss's personality through the Mammal Pod, but you pulled out its memory boards. That's when it
Mhm.
transferred its own functions to its reptile pod. Just like a human brain compensating for damage by using the remaining healthy parts. The result was a unique entity, a hybrid of the reptile and the
And it
mammal.
walked into the ocean.
It sank to the bottom of Lake Nicaragua with Peace Walker. But apparently they salvaged it and transported it to that lab. Don't
Interesting.
let it deceive you, Snake. It may sound like the boss,
Well, I know
but
it's
it has
not.
neither a personality nor a will. Like Emmerich says, it's just a machine.
It's just a box.
Please select a delivery point.
Let's go to the medical platform. I want to see what, what's her face? Quiet is up to. Loading time. Oh, I forgot to get a little packing slip from Emmerich's area. What's up, medical dudes? I know you like it. Love Deterrence. It's a song from the series. Still not ready to join us, I guess. Just busy tanning. Huh. Can't do it to him because
The map has been updated.
he had a rough diamond somewhere. Well, I'm gonna get that, and then I'm gonna try and I guess we'll play the Africa tapes. I think that's where I'm supposed to go now. So
Ever since the attack on your unit 9 years ago, the name Big Boss has become known the world over.
What do you mean?
Those of your men who survived traveled far and wide. They fought throughout the world. In fact, they're part of the reason we have all these PFs now. Every one of them suffered their own phantom pain from losing you. Talking about you wherever they went helped to heal their wounds. Your actions,
That's nice.
your words, your legend
I lost my
has
hand.
been told on every battlefield they've set foot on. Obviously, as the tales have spread, the truth's been distorted, painted over. Big Boss sacrificed himself to show us the threat that Cypher poses. He sounded a warning, so it goes.
A warning?
Too much power destroys the hands that hold it. Apparently, you chose to be a living example of that.
I never said
Interesting.
any of that.
The moment any truth is
They don't
passed
care.
on, it starts turning into fiction. The problem is, fiction inspires people more than facts. To the world, you're now the legendary mercenary Big Boss. Unless
Sweet.
you've taught the PFs are the reason they're so widespread. They're the reason they've survived. And you know what they all aspire to? To one day go nuclear, just like you did. And stand
Yikes,
up to
no.
Cypher.
Of all the stupid things you could do.
They'll never understand what you really wanted. Heroes are misunderstood. It takes a man of the same caliber to understand what drives them. Bottom line
Oh,
is,
man.
these guys want to be like their hero, Big Boss. And deep down, they all have their eyes on nuclear weapons. They say that a nuke is the only means
terrible.
of standing against Cypher. But these days, it's becoming little more than a slogan to rally the troops and survive in a cutthroat business.
Currently, there are 3 major PFs who've expanded into Central Africa.
Who we got?
CFA, Rogue Coyote, and Zero Risk Security. HEC's investigations have shown there's almost no overlap between their areas of operation. It's not so much a turf war, more like they have a gentleman's agreement.
So I'm gonna be facing different
If
groups.
you do cross paths with them, you probably won't have to face more than one at a time.
It's weird because I was used to
Still,
facing like the
don't
Russians.
expect to walk in the park.
I don't.
The CFA, Contract Forces of Africa. These guys are a major player.
Get to
Their
learn
head
about
office
these
is in
guys.
Pretoria, South Africa. That's also where the South African Defense Force is headquartered. We think the two are closely connected. An HEC investigation revealed that most of the CFA's operators are
SADF.
former SADF soldiers. South Africa has been locked in struggles with neighboring regimes for years. That means constant action. And we know better than anyone that's the best kind of training.
Yeah.
A company drawing its recruits from hardened military vets. You can bet they know how to handle themselves.
Yeah, I can
Do not
imagine.
underestimate them.
I won't.
Within the CFA is a company of soldiers
There we go.
made up mainly of locally hired operators. They speak Afrikaans to communicate with personnel from the CFA.
Afrikaans.
But if you notice any speaking the local language, that's them. Though hired from the local population,
I guess I'm
they
gonna have to
were
get a bunch more
originally part of a
translators.
paramilitary group, so they'll have plenty of combat experience. And unlike their days shooting junkyard rifles out of beat-up pickup trucks, the CFA now supplies them with the latest gear from the West. On top of that, they've been combat trained by the South African Army. All that adds up to a much stronger fighting force,
It sounds like it.
so don't brush them off.
Look at the Angola-Zaire border region. The east bank of the Munene River in particular. It's a microcosm of a problem that stretches all across Africa. There's a civil war going on in Angola, fought between the government MPLA and the Western-backed UNITA. Zaire is still a dictatorship under President Mobutu. Numerous
Mobutu.
uprisings have broken out in its remote regions. With all the trouble elsewhere keeping their hands full, neither government has control over their side of the border. They depend
That's a
on
problem.
militias and PFs, as do the rebels. Government forces, guerrillas,
Guerrillas,
groups
militants.
of all shapes and sizes hawk whatever resources they can to hire PFs. Conflict brings PFs. PFs expand
Yeah.
the war zone, and more conflict
And then
erupts
do you need
into
more
a fluid
PFs?
Chain reaction. Sounds like our kind of work. When the base
Yeah,
can
seriously.
grow by leaps and bounds.
Well, we're growing too fast already. I need more resources. Alright, we're done. I'm gonna, now that we are up here,
Extraction arrived at Mother
take care of
Base.
whatever is still here to do. But I think we're gonna call it. I don't think there's much that needs to be done. I have my guys on deployment.
Boss, I've been meaning to tell you
Oh.
something. Our old friend Zero hasn't been seen in public since you left the States.
Yeah.
It was over 10 years ago now. You suspected he was responsible for the accident at your base in the Caribbean. But at that point, Zero was already bedridden. So it never felt right to me that Zero gave the order.
Okay.
Now that I've seen the man Emmerich was working for, I'm sure he didn't.
So what's up with Zero?
He was our old friend's XO. A man without a face. Not one you want to look at anyway.
Please select
Yeah, Skullface.
He's the one who destroyed your base 9 years ago.
select a
The
mission.
unit
Jerk.
he commands, XOF, was Cypher's strike force. But he's since split from Zero and used XOF to usurp control over Cypher itself. In other words, the Cypher we're hunting isn't zero. Beyond zero is a void that's even darker.
So who is it?
Skullface.
So what's the deal with them? I guess in the next episode I'll actually go to Africa. But I'm not ready to go to that today. We're still getting started. So, ooh, support platform is almost done. Adding on. I'll wait for that. And then I'll reassign my guys. It'll probably save, I hope. And maybe I'll just deploy and it'll make it save. I'm Snake. And look at some of this stuff here. There's Huey and the other doctor and all these guys. What do we got going on over here? Oh, buddies. Look at those guys. Those are that guy. Those are probably developers. Sheep, my wildlife preserve. I don't have those animals. Snake, ocelot, D-dog. Uh oh, there's Huey. We need
Plant
Oh,
expansion
here we go. It's done.
complete.
There's no way I can afford anything. Yeah. Which one did I? It was a support platform, wasn't it? Yeah, that's why it's up to 80. That's why waiting room still has people.
Staff assigned.
All right. Kill. Oh, that guy died. He's not very good.
Development complete.
Yay! I have a new pistol.
Please specify a project.
Woo woo. I got this one with the built-in suppressor, durability unlimited. That's pretty sweet. This one's got glass piercing conversion. That's sweet too. Penetration up, because that's like my arch nemesis. I'm gonna deploy so that it saves a bunch of stuff for a side up. We'll get the stun arm blueprint here.
Please select a landing
Yeah.
zone.
Can't land there. Does it look like a... Yeah, I can land over here.
Heading to Afghanistan.
And then I can do that other one, whatever that one is. Yes. Woo woo. Alright.
Deploying.
Gonna commence and then quit once it saves. Man, I lost by my fantasy football this week by like 2 points. And it was to a guy I didn't want to lose to. It was so annoying because if I just had one or two things go a little bit better, I would have won. Although if we both played best ball, sort of like our best guys going, he would have won because I think my top score was like 101 or something and his was 106. So losing by 2 points, it sucks. And it's really just the difference between the quarterback that I picked and or like even a wide receiver that I picked. Like just kind of two really bad mistakes, and that's what it is. Alright, well, I don't know when it actually checkpoints. I think it does when I land, because I've got like all these things that finish developing, even stuff that I take. So, oh, my clip size bigger. There we go. There's a checkpoint. All right. Thanks for watching. Dan plays Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I'm Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. This is Dan. I'll see you next time.